it wasn't very well prepared. And of course, our kids, I thought, like you say, they played hard, and with all the penalties and all the turnovers and all that, I think we ended up okay. This week, it's a different ball game, different story. We're playing a 4 seed, and luckily we're a 1 seed. You know, a lot of times you never know when we're going to be a 4 seed. Hopefully never, but it's a tough game for Edmondson to come all the way down this way and have a situation. Now, of course, Coach Brown just told us that the field was in good shape.
Yeah, fast track.
Fast track's what he said.
So our thoroughbreds will be out there.
It depends on who's running.
Yeah. Of course, you know, Edmondson has you alluded to earlier that Edmondson has a long drive. And if people don't know where it's actually located, it's in Brownsville, Kentucky. And that's in south central Kentucky, up around, well, it wasn't too far from where you know, where you at Warren East. Yeah. It's only about, what, a 10 or 15-minute drive from North Warren up in that area. And, of course, it's not a good way to get there. As you're going to
E-Town and go past Litchfield, you'll see I forget,
Brownsville.
Is it Caneyville or whatever?
I believe, well, it's Litchfield Brownsville exit, I believe, that you would turn off of. And, of course, you got a lot of back roads and windy roads once you get off the interstate there. So they've got a pretty long trip ahead of them. And just looking at their schedule, they finished 4th in their district, and I think they beat Adair County. I was listening to Todd, or read in the paper where Todd was writing about it, and said that it went right down to the wire against Adair County, and they came up and beat them, so they finished 4th, and they get to travel down here.
Adair had 1 win, didn't they?
I believe Adair had 1 win, and I believe Edmondson County is 4-6. But, you know, looking at the whole total playoff picture in the state of Kentucky, of course, 4 teams in each district advances, and, you know, there's 1 in 4 matchups. There's not too many upsets, if you want to say that, very many 4 seeds that will go into very many places and win tonight.
Right. Hopefully this one won't be one of them, but I don't, you know, with the field as nice as Willie says it is, and we should be okay on it tonight. Not bragging on us and hopefully saying that they're going to definitely win, but hopefully that's what we've practiced for all week.
Well, we sure hope so. And, of course, we had quite a bit of rain the last couple of days here, but according to Big Willie, that the field's in great shape. We should have good weather, listening to Misty's forecast for tonight, and it should be a good autumn night of football here in Princeton.
Good deal. Let's introduce these guys.
We've got 2 guests here with us, not only with our football game tonight. We've asked 2 representatives from Youth Incorporated to come in and talk to us about the season-ending jamboree that's going to be held tomorrow over at Trigg County High School in Cadiz. And we've got Kyle Rogers with us, along with Jamie Palm. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Kyle, tell us a little bit about the jamboree tomorrow, and, you know, what Caldwell County teams are going to be participating, the times, and et cetera.
Well, we got Caldwell County White plays Union County. That's 3rd and 4th grade at 8 a.m. And then we have Caldwell County White 5th and 6th plays 9:30. And they play Trigg County. And then at 12:30, Caldwell County Gold plays Webster County. And them are all first-round games, and they're all at Trigg County.
So we're the only community that has 2 3rd and 4th grade teams and 2 5th and 6th grade teams,
yeah,
correct?
There's a lot of talk about that because we split every year, but we're not as concerned about winning a Little League game as we are about sending a big number of kids that have experience to the middle school program.
Yeah.
I think you've done the best thing. I mean, I remember back when we were kids growing up, we had, 4 or 5 teams, Little League teams,
yeah.
Blue, red, gold, and whatever. And, you know, we had to split everybody up to make it competitive. But doggone it, everybody got to be a part of something. And that, you know, when you start a kid at that age and start saying, well, you need to play here and this, you don't know. Just like you were speaking of, Jamie, earlier about one of the kids that you know, a couple of years ago, you didn't know if that person was going to make it or not.
Exactly.
And these 2 years later, they've come around to being almost one of the better players on the team. And
yep. I agree with you. I mean, all kids should get an opportunity to play.
And you all are giving them that. And I tell you what, Caldwell County, they ought to appreciate that. And any kid, as we mentioned earlier, if next year when they sign up, if you have somebody that wants to play and the money's the problem, don't let that bother you, any of you. You parents, and don't feel bad about saying I just can't afford it. That's not what we're here for. Caldwell County with football, and I don't mean to just say football, they'll do it for about anything, but they will take care of these kids. And
we have a lot of people that have this year have donated money just for kids, and then there are programs through Hope and Cope to help pay for them.
Exactly.
Well, I tell you, it speaks, a ton for our community, especially to be able to have 4 teams, to have that many kids involved and participating. And, so no one's really going to be missing out on, getting playing time or having an opportunity to play. And, the job that you guys do is terrific. And against, other communities around, I know we were talking earlier about Union County. They used to have 2 teams over there when it first started, I believe, Morganfield and Sturgis, and they've combined into one now. And I was telling Dennis earlier on the show as well, before we went on the show, that McCracken County now has consolidated into one, McCracken County Little League, where they used to have Reedland, Lone Oak, and Heath. So you see more communities that are going together, and it's great to see that we have that many kids involved in our youth leagues. In reference to tomorrow, tell us how did the teams do this year? How did can you break them down for us? And
3rd and 4th grade, we had 3rd and 4th grade gold. We lost 1 game to Crittenden County, so we are actually the number 2 seed.
So we're the number 2 seed
in that division. And
okay.
The white team, I think they won 2 games, and they ended up being the 4th seed in 3rd and 4th.
And is there 5 teams in each
6.
There's 6 teams.
Yeah,
That's
because
right.
we have 2.
We have
then
2.
We've added
right.
Tree County, and we got Union, Crittenden, and Webster.
Okay.
So how many games do you all play?
6.
6 games.
And then we played the Jamboree.
Man, when I coached middle school years ago, we didn't have but 4 games in middle school. You all are getting these kids prepared. That's great.
Yeah.
Jamie, tell us a little bit about the team you coach.
The 5th and 6th grade, the Gold Squad, they struggled a little bit this year. They don't have no wins this year. They're 0-6. Now the White Squad, I help coach. We're 2 and 4. We got skilled players, but that's what hurts us sometimes when you got good skilled players on split up, and we're going against teams that got all their skilled players on one team. Yeah, we struggle, but we get more kids in to play and get to experience the game, and that helps out. Get them up here to Coach Barnes. That's what we're looking for. We want to stay in the program, stay here, play football, enjoy it, and learn the experience. A lot of these kids, they love it. I mean, I've never seen kids happier than I have this year, the way they've been playing.
That's great.
Well, they need to realize that the 0-4 or whatever that is, that doesn't mean they're not winners, because
Exactly.
they're winners just for participating in that whole thing.
Everybody gives 100%.
It means a lot.
Yeah. Well, guys, we sure do appreciate you coming in and sharing that information with us this morning. And we want to encourage everyone tomorrow to go over to Trigg County. And, of course, they had the brackets in the paper this week, so they'll know what the times are of the different teams that are playing. And we want to wish you the best of luck. We're going to take a quick break right now and hear from our sponsors. Go ahead, Coach. Coach Barnes got something to say.
I want to say on our youth one thing that when I first came here, we had 1 team. I know the games. I saw a lot of kids standing on the sidelines, and a lot of those kids did not come back that next year. When they decided, I know there was some friction when they decided to go to 2 teams, but that's the best thing I think y'all did.
I agree.
And it, like you just said, it helped us, and it helps our middle school and Coach Kukiko, and we really appreciate the job you guys do and the time that you all put in to help that, because without you guys, we don't have a football program at Caldwell County High School, and that's a very big help that you give us. And I wish y'all best of luck tomorrow, and whether win or lose. And another thing is that they want to go compete up in Owensboro at the Big King of the Hill, which that's a big deal.
Yeah, we're going up there this year.
And you can still do that. You can take those kids and still do that. But yet, there's some of those kids that did not. If we went 1 team, in each age division, those kids don't get to play and they get discouraged. They don't come up. And at a fourth grade kid, you don't know whether that kid's gonna be a player or not.
Exactly.
And I really appreciate what you guys do.
All right, thank you.
Well, we sure appreciate that, and once again, thank you, Kyle Rogers and Jamie Palm, for coming in. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back here on the DT and Gator Show.
You don't have to sacrifice style to have a floor that's 100% waterproof for life, because the Home Depot has Pergo Outlast Plus laminate starting at just $279 a square foot. With 22 colors, including on-trend grays, Pergo Outlast Plus can fit any style in any room beautifully and resist water. Get Pergo Outlast Plus starting at just $279 a square foot at the #1 Pergo waterproof laminate flooring retailer, the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. U.S. only. See warranty for details.
What if every time you went out, you could cash in? Now with the Capital One Saver Card, you earn 4% cash back on dining and entertainment, like celebrating every year the crew gets older. Or when you and your crew are courtside during overtime. No matter your reason for going out, now you have 4 more. Introducing the new Saver Card from Capital One. Earn 4% on dining and 4% on entertainment. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Capital One Bank, USA NA.
Hush, little baby, don't
What does your morning sound like?
the itsy bitsy spider. Rock-a-bye, baby.
She's finally asleep.
Hi, welcome to McDonald's.
Can I get a sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, please?
Here's to making your morning routine a little better with a delicious breakfast from McDonald's.
Life is filled with moments. Moments we share with those we love, worry about, and strive to protect the most. At Woodman Life, we provide life insurance and retirement products to help protect you and your family so that you can enjoy all the moments to come.
This is Josh Ray, your local Woodman Life agent. Come see us at 1009 West Main Street or give us a call at 365-6111.
Certain eligibility and age restrictions apply. Woodman of the World Life Insurance Society, Omaha.
It's here now. The all-new 2019 Silverado from Chevrolet with the steely-eyed front end that will surely grab your attention. Space, comfort, and convenience all found in its accommodating interior with built-in 4G LTE Wi-Fi makes communicating simple. The new Silverado is mostly steel, unlike Ford, who went with aluminum for better fuel mileage. The Silverado gets you 22 mpg on highway and a stronger truck. The all-new Chevrolet Silverado will still be the most dependable, longest-lasting truck you will ever own. Tri-Hughes Incorporated, Highway 91, Princeton.
1580 103.3 WPKY. We are back with Gator and DT, and they've got Coach David in here with them this morning, as well as another guest that's going to join them.
Thank you, Misty. Back here with DT and Gator, and once again, we want to thank Jamie Palm and Kyle Rogers for coming in and talking to us this morning about the Youth Incorporated Little League football program and the Jamboree that's going to be participating in this weekend over at Trigg County and Cadiz, Kentucky. Want to encourage everyone to go out and watch the young Tigers play. We got with us now a very special guest with us on the phone, Rick Wood, who's the former head football coach at Edmonson County High School as well as Glasgow High School. And Ricky and I and DT, we all go back a long way, so we want to welcome you to the show, Rick.
Well, it's great to be here, and Caldwell County's got a lot of good memories in my mind, some good and some bad.
Well, I know you have some good memories back in 1996, and we had awful sad memories that year, and you brought a very good football team over here and beat us on our home field. And I believe it was 16-7 or something, and you know, it was a great game and great atmosphere. We just happened to come up on the short end, and you advanced right on.
Well, you turned it around on us in '98. Both really good ball games. Outstanding football team. That was the thing about Caldwell County that I was impressed. All of it, just year in, year out, just great, kind of a hotbed, I call it, football. Great following. You can tell with Coach Barnes kept it, going right along that. Just a tremendous football.
Rick, we got DT over here, and he's going to have to leave here in a second here. He's got a doctor's appointment down in Paducah. I know he wanted to say hello to you.
Hey, Rick.
Hey, buddy. Dennis played with Oak Hopkinsville boys last year. When I was coming home here, I got online last night, looked up the 1963 football team, and Dennis, you all had fun. So he came up and came short there. But, who were, I know Clarence Jackson, Bush Jones, and
Can you hear me?
who was the big receivers on that team?
Got you.
I'm sorry, Ricky, I can't hear you better, but I was going to holler at you for a minute. Just tell you about, remember when we had old Romp'em Stomp'em down there at Warren East, just he and I, we had some good times down there.
Oh, yeah. Good talking to you, Dennis.
Hey, good talking to you, Ricky. I'll see you, buddy.
Hey, we go back a long ways, of course. You being from Tompkinsville, over at Monroe County and all, and of course you worked with Joe Hood for several years there at Warren Central, and went on and was the head coach after Joe got out. And of course I worked with Joe's brother, Royce, at Allen County Scottsville for 4 years, and I mean, we had some good times together, and we got a lot of stories we could probably tell on each other, but we go back a long ways, and you know, you've done a great job up there in South Central Kentucky, of course, coaching both Warren Central and all three schools, actually, Edmonson County and Glasgow. So tell us a little bit about, you know, tonight's game. We play Edmonson County, and of course, I know that you probably don't go to all their games, but you've got some information on them. Tell us what you know a little bit about Edmonson County Wildcats.
Well, Coach Nathan Smith, he played for Coach Pierce. Kyle played for me on the 96 and the 98 team. And, they're just a hard-nosed bunch. You know, you can tell offensively they're kind of led by the quarterback. Don Smith, he's passed for over 1,000 yards and ran for about 500. And, you know, they lost a pretty good senior class last year, but they came back this year with another big, strong team and big up front. And I'm sure David has known it as he's looked at them. And, you know, they're typical Edmonson County. They're going to play hard and fight, scratch, and claw. And, you know, they're just a typical hard-nosed Edmonson County team.
Well, I know that, you know, they finished fourth in their district. They beat Adair County, I think, in a very close ball game by 1 point. I believe they had to come from behind to beat Adair County. And, you know, they were able to finish fourth. They got a long trip down here. Nobody probably knows that trip any better from Brownsville to Princeton than you do.
Yeah, I remember the first year we went, it was deer season, and I'd never seen it on that Friday afternoon. I guess a lot of people just pulled off the WK Parkway, and it was unbelievable to see. I didn't get shot on the way down there, but it was. I remember walking down the hill the first year I was there. I'd never played or coached at Caldwell County, and seeing the big tiger up on the wall.
Yeah.
And still something. And I run into Wes Vincent and a lot of those 96 players, and that's a trip they always talk about.
Well, we wasn't going to bring his name up, but how can you not forget that young man? I believe, I don't know if he had 40 carries that night against us, but it seemed like he ran for 2 miles. We couldn't stop him, and you know, you just kept running counter trade and counter trade booed, and you know, you didn't run that many plays, but you were so effective running those, and we just couldn't get the football.
And it was kind of like the same way 2 years later. We were pretty sure Fuqua was going to get it also, or Stewart, and we couldn't stop them. And, you know, just two good football teams. That's one thing I thought, you know, the Caldwell County team did get the credit defensively. I mean, I thought, you know, I've told you before, in my career coaching, I never faced a much better tackle that night than that Hensley did at 98. He was a tremendous football player. And I wanted to say, shout out to Coach Barnes. He did a great job for us last year. I still help Jimmy Reed with the Kentucky All-Stars. The state All-Stars now play the greater Jefferson County or Louisville area All-Stars. Coach Barnes and Will came up, and man, they had a great week last year. We were able to beat them, and I'm kind of like the athletic director, and I'm up there with them, and it was one of the smoothest weeks that we've had, and I've been affiliated with the All-Stars 1992. And, that's the thing about Caldwell County. It's just, year in, year out, and David has done a great job, in my opinion, keeping that tradition going strong, and he did a great job for us last year in the All-Star game.
Well, David's sitting right here next to me, Ricky, so Coach Barnes, would you like to?
Thanks, Rick. I'd like to thank you for what you and Jimmy do for the kids in the state of Kentucky, giving them the opportunity to play in the All-Star game. Been involved in it since as an assistant the year before, and then last year as a head coach. It's a great thing for these kids get to come back and play that last game. And you and Jimmy, without you guys, that probably would not happen. And I know we got a good team pick this year, and Coach Clevenger at Danville is going to be taking charge of that this year. And Caldwell County's got two boys on that team, I think. So we appreciate that, and I also appreciate you giving my son his first coaching job at Glasgow High School.
Well, that was very fortunate on our part to hear that Will needed a job, and everything kind of fell into place. And I know Will came in, coming in that first year. I kind of hated it for him because we had a good team that year that Will coached with us. I think we won 8 games, but we had really graduated 2 or 3 really, really good teams. And we did a great job that year. We lost a lot of people, but we had Marquez Trigg, and I knew right off that Will was going to be somebody's been around it that long, has played it, and understands it, and I can't think of a young coach right now, I think, that has a brighter future than Will.
I appreciate that. And again, Rick, we appreciate what you do for the kids and helping them get that on an All-Star. I know that's a big job. A lot of time and effort you put into that, and I really appreciate that.
I appreciate it, and it kind of lets me stay around it a little bit. And we're fortunate as a state, and we all know it. Jimmy's done it I think Jimmy took over in 1988.
I was going to say, Ricky, you've been involved, you said, since 1992. And, of course, a lot of people may not remember or just listening to us, but it started back being the Kentucky-Tennessee All-Star game. And it's kind of moved in a different direction from there to what it is now. Can you give us a little background information back? Of course, I was fortunate enough to coach on that, in the Kentucky-Tennessee game twice. And I think once we played over in Knoxville when Craig Clayton was the head coach. And, of course, David and I were on that staff together along with, I think, Dixie Jones and
Coach Lovelace.
Steve Lovelace and
Joe Morris.
And, we had a Western Kentucky flavor in there, basically. And then Bobby Redmond coached it, I believe, in 2002. And that one was held at Commonwealth Stadium.
No, he was in 03. I coached it in 03, Bobby 03.
Right. And, of course, we had Michael Bush was the quarterback that year. And I think he ran through the whole team. I mean, I never seen an athlete as gifted as that young man was. And we had a great win over Tennessee. Of course, it was, Kentucky-Tennessee was always pretty close games. The one that Craig coached in, I think we got beat on a field goal right at the end of the game, 10-7. And it's kind of moved from the Kentucky-Tennessee now to greater Louisville and the rest of the state.
Yeah, it started, the original series, Pat, started, I think, around 85.
That sounds about right.
At that time, Dudley Hilton, Hillard Howard, and some of those guys that were awesome, Tom Duffy, were some of the first coaches in it. And early on, if you'll remember, we were really, really competitive, but we did not win very many games. Tennessee kind of got started out, and I think they won like 6 out of the first 8 or something like that, but we were really competitive, and we loved the series because we thought it was good to stay Kentucky. And one year it would be in Commonwealth, or another we played it at Papa John's. We played at different college sites, and then it was in Knoxville for many years, and it went to UP Chattanooga one year. But then the tables kind of turned there in the late 90s, and we started beating them, and we actually beat them like 5 out of 6 years there at one time. I know we beat them in 02, 03, and just right through there we went on a pretty good run, and then they felt like they started having trouble getting their kids to play in the summer, and it was difficult to play it in June, and everything was, all the stuff going on, but we felt like it also had something to do that we had beaten them 5 out of 6 times. But anyway, but Jimmy was determined when we lost that series not to let it die. We actually explored another series with West Virginia, Ohio, and the surrounding states. We couldn't get anything together. So at that point, you'll remember, it went to the East-West game, and we played it at Western.
Right.
And then we got to talking with some of the Louisville coaches one year, and they were kind of looking for a game, and we were looking for a game. And I think this series has went on now for about 7 years. It's been really competitive, maybe 8 years. And every game's been really good. We played at St. X for the first 7 years, and then it moved to E-Town High School, and they did a fantastic job. I know David will tell you that Glenn Spall and their athletic director, and Mark Brown, they just took care of us last year, and it was just it's a great, people don't realize what a tremendous honor it is for those kids. One more game, and a lot of the kids, some of the kids are going on to college, and I have a soft spot in my heart for the ones that are not, and they get to play the game of football one more time. You know how it is as a football player. You start in elementary school and Little League, and all of a sudden it comes down to one game, and you can always tell it means a lot to the families and the kids.
Well, we've been very blessed here, especially to have numerous participants over the years, and that's gone on and played college football as well. And we've got 2 coming in this year here in December. Both of our Riley boys, Jameer and Trail Riley, will be participating in the All-Star game, and I know Coach Barnes, you're excited about that, as well as seeing the rest compete against the rest of the state competition.
Yeah, and Trail and Jameer are really excited about being able to play in it as well. And the thing that I enjoyed coaching it is I can't ever pronounce his kid. The kid from E-Town, Brecker, is that Brecker?
Bueller? Was it?
Becker. We played them in the playoffs and the regional finals, and that kid was a thorn in our side, and you really didn't like him when you played against him, but I got to know that kid really well up there at the All-Star game, and I don't know where he ended up going to college, but I know Georgetown College, I don't know if they offered him or not, but I felt like that kid was one of the best kids we had on our team last year, and like a 32 ACT, 4.0 student, great kid, and getting to coach that allowed me to get to see that kid in different regard, and that's what I enjoy about doing stuff like that.
Back in 1999, I guess it was 99, after the 98 season, the year I coached in it, Nathan Fuqua, if you remember him from Danville, he was a thorn in our side. Yeah. We could not block him on offense, and I've developed a relationship with him, and during that week in that All-Star game, and we still see each other now. We run into each other on the road. He's a defensive coordinator now he was at Wofford, and I believe he's gone to somewhere down Georgia Southern, I think, maybe. Yeah. He might be the defensive coordinator there, but he still recruits West Kentucky, and I've run into him a couple of times, and people don't realize that some of the relationships you build with some of those players over the years, like Michael Bush, of course, I didn't know anything a whole lot about him, but he grew up in Hopkinsville. He was born in Hopkinsville, and his dad went to school with my wife, at Christian County, and his name was Mike Bush. And, you know, you learn a lot of different things by being able to participate and being part of a special all-star game. And those players develop relationships over the years and keep up with one another as well.
Oh, yeah, it's, you know, the thing that I've been most proud of, and it's gotten tougher in the last few years because a lot of college coaches don't really want the really, you know, good players to play. But over the years, when you look back, you see Tim Cal, Michael Bush, just all the kids that played in that game. And, you know, I know we're kind of known as a basketball state, but I think all of us would agree in the last 30 years, our football has been just on the rise. I think it goes back to good coaching. You know, Jimmy's kind of led the Coaches Association here lately and do a great job now at the state finals every year. And but that was one thing that, to me, always stuck out. Bush, Corey Peters played pro ball.
Yes.
You can't name them all. Some big-time players that played in that game.
It has, and it's a great thing for the state of Kentucky and high school football here. And I think it, you know, you moving it now to December has really, you know, keeps the kids that are in pretty good football playing shape. They don't have to wait over the course of the summer to play in June like we used to, and it's why it's fresh on people's mind. It's a great thing for Kentucky. Plus, I think it probably would help in the recruiting of some of those players that, you know, might be borderline. It gives the colleges an opportunity to see them one more time.
Oh, there's no doubt. You know, your local schools here in, you know, Division II, Division III, they're able to come to practice. You know, Lindsey Wilson, you know, Georgetown, Campbellsville. I don't want to leave any of them out. They get a chance, and it's amazing how many kids between this game and the Border Bowl that happens in January. Every year, Kentucky will have 10 kids that will get picked up. University of the Cumberland. That's, you know, that league is playing really, really good football, and they'll pick up a lot of kids at those All-Star games. And that's something else that I don't think people realize that our coaches association, you know, does to help the kids.
Well, you guys do a great job, and you can't say enough about the job that Jimmy Reed's done over the years. And, you know, and he does it for nothing. I mean, he does it to promote high school football, just like you and him. And, you know, we appreciate the job that he does for the coaches associations. And, you know, of course, the state finals is always a big weekend, and the Gridiron Bowl's not, 5 weeks away now, first weekend in December. And you always have good hospitality for all the high school coaches. You give out your awards to all the different coaches of the years, the players of the years, and you're doing a lot of great things for the state of Kentucky, and we appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. I'll pass that along to Jimmy. And again, he's 88. He's been doing it a long time, and I tell you, he's still going strong. He plans on doing it for a lot longer, and I'm certainly glad over the next plan also.
Hey, Rick.
Yes, sir.
Explain what we did this year and the change on the awards. We're going to award an overall player of the year. Can you go through explain that?
Yeah, it's a thing the Coaches Association has talked about, and we've always had the Associated Press, Mr. Football, and we certainly did not want to do anything to take away from that, but we felt like that it would be great for the Football Coaches Association to also have a player of the year, most valuable player. You know, we kind of struggled with the name because we didn't want to step on their toes with Mr. Football, and the more recognition you can get for your kids, the better. So each region, you know, they still vote on the district player of the year, just like they always did. And, you know, but at the end of the state final, certain officers from the Coaches Association, and I know Jimmy collected a committee kind that will have a vote, and all those districts and players of the years in the region that you have district MVP or Player of the Year, Player of the Year, and then you'll have the regional Player of the Year. And then those regional Players of the Year will be voted on from a committee. It's been selected by the Coaches Association and Mr. Reed. And then we will also, I think we decided to do it at the 6A final game at halftime. The Football Coaches Association Player of the Year will be presented. And again, we wanted to make sure that we did not take away from Mr. Football, Pat. And we felt like that was important because the Associated Press does it. But as an organization, we felt like it was good to give the coaches an opportunity and to also select their Player of the Year. So, again, it's going to be a great thing.
I think that's a good thing, too. As I think for the Mr. Football is voted on by the Associated Press and the press in general. And this way, you actually got the coaches who probably see these players more than anyone, and it's a nice way to honor somebody that might be overlooked.
Yeah,
as a Mr. Football. Right.
It certainly wasn't intended to take away anything from that. It's just another honor for our association. And a lot of times you get into, and we all know it, Pat, you may have a kid that's really high profile in the media and Associated Press type people. They're going to vote for him, and I'm sure those kids are very deserving. But a lot of times people in the Football Coaches Association, there may be a kid that may not be as high profile college athlete that may lead his team to a unbelievable season, and it gives him a chance, or the kid like that a chance to also to honor someone different. And many times it'll probably wind up being the same person. It certainly could, but just another award for football, which is good for everybody.
Well, we sure do appreciate you calling in this morning and giving us that information. And once again, we appreciate the work you do for the Kentucky Football Coaches Association and all the all-star games. And, of course, we want Caldwell County to come up on the right end tonight against your former Edmonson County Wildcats. And I know you'll be watching. I don't think you'll probably make the trip down, but you'll be watching. I know you'll be watching, and we appreciate it. Coach Barnes?
I want to say one more thing, Pat. I know you were around a guy that had a big impact on you, and Coach Butch Gilbert. And,
oh, yeah.
I know Butch passed away, and it's funny, like you said, about how all of our paths intertwined. I know I coached against David when he did a great job at Davies County, and I was at Warren Central, and we've all been around a while. But Butch Gilbert and my high school football coach, Frank Pettit, actually coached together at Glasgow in the mid-60s. And that's always been interesting to me how a lot of coaches that went on to be somewhat successful, like me and you traced it back, and Butch and Coach Pettit were a lot alike, and tough disciplinarians, great football coaches, and both of them great men.
Great men.
I just wanted to mention that.
Well, I do, and of course there's that many days that goes by you don't think about a Butch Gilbert and a Jimmy Fikes and people like that that's had major influences on you as a person and as a coach, and they're greatly missed, but someday we'll meet again, so.
That's right.
We sure appreciate it. Thank you, Rick.
Hey, Rick, you still there?
Thanks, David.
Hey, if you were to come in the game, we want you to bring him some of that pork shoulder.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. If you guys get a chance to Google that up, there was a story in the last 2 weeks in the New York Times on the Monroe County shoulder and the evolution of it, and it's worth looking up. It's really interesting about how it came about many, many years ago, and it was in the New York Times. A great friend of David's and mine sent me the contact, Coach Jerry Turner.
Jerry.
I read it, and I really enjoyed it, but it was in the New York Times, Monroe County shoulder. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Well, thanks once again, Rick, and good luck to you. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back to finish things up here on the DT and Gator Show.
Hello, this is President Donald Trump. We are doing great things all across America, and certainly in the great state of Kentucky. Our massive tax cuts were the largest in our nation's history, and help create more than 4 million new jobs. We have great new trade deals, a wall being built on the border, the strongest military we've ever had, and we're taking care of our vets. We're getting great things done. I need Kentucky's help on Election Day. Please vote for Robbie Mills for State Senate. This is really important. Your vote on November 6th will keep our Make America Great Again agenda moving forward. Our country and economy is doing better than it ever has before. Let's keep it that way.
Paid for by Kentucky Tomorrow and not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. KYTomorrowInc.com. Kentucky Tomorrow is responsible for the content of this advertising.
You don't have to sacrifice style to have a floor that's 100% waterproof for life. Because the Home Depot has Pergo Outlast Plus laminate starting at just $279 a square foot. With 22 colors, including on-trend grays, Pergo Outlast Plus can fit any style, in any room, beautifully, and resist water. Get Pergo Outlast Plus starting at just $279 a square foot at the #1 Pergo waterproof laminate flooring retailer, the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. U.S. only. See warranty for details.
What if every time you went out, you could cash in? Now with the Capital One Saver Card, you earn 4% cash back on dining and entertainment, like celebrating every year the crew gets older. Or when you and your crew are courtside during overtime. No matter your reason for going out, now you have 4 more. Introducing the new Saver Card from Capital One. Earn 4% on dining and 4% on entertainment. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Capital One Bank, USA N.A.
Introducing the all-new 1500 Ram Crew Cab with groundbreaking exterior styling, uncompromising luxury, and safety in numbers. The new Ram has available active level 4-corner air suspension for the best ride in the truck market. Best-in-class rear legroom, in-floor storage, and the industry-exclusive Ram Box, the pickup bed with built-in toolboxes. When you push the start button and you hear that 5.7 Hemi come to life, you'll know then which truck you'll buy. The all-new Ram. See it now at Trice Hughes in Princeton, your Chrysler Dodge Ram dealer.
Back on the DT and Gator show here at WPKY, the Tiger. I want to thank all of our guests this morning for coming in and calling in. And we had Rick Woods from Edmondson, former coach at Edmondson County in Glasgow up in South Central Kentucky, along with Jamie Palm, and talking about the Youth Incorporated football tomorrow. Coach Barnes, big game tonight. Got the Edmondson County Wildcats coming in here. This is the first step in the playoffs, and we want to wish you the best of luck.
Yeah, it's something we've impressed upon our kids this week is that, it's a step one. You break the season down. Our first 5 games were non-district games, which we used to help get ready for the playoffs, and then you have your district games that determine where you play, and fortunately we ended up 4-0 and got the home field advantage, and got a good Edmondson County team coming in here. They came here in 96 and 98.
96 and 98.
98, we went on to win the state championship, so hopefully that'll be a good thing for us to build on that. But as they come in here, the number 4 seed, they're a good 4 seed. And like I told our team on Monday when we got back together, there's going to be a 4 seed knock off a 1 seed tonight. Somewhere in Kentucky it'll happen. Won't be too many of them, but we want to make sure it doesn't happen in Caldwell County. But I really feel like coming off the Mayfield game, we lost the game, but there's a lot of positives that we took out of that game. We had 3 interceptions, and the kid only thrown 1. And I thought defensively we didn't ever give the big play up, but it came up a little short. But our kids are really positive and upbeat all week in practice, even though it rained. But I think we're ready to go.
Well, we're expecting a big crowd tonight. Of course, ticket information, I believe, are $5 for general admission tickets. And if you have a chair back, you need to go see Kim Farmer today. I think they're $10 per playoff game. And we know we're going to be home tonight. Play well. We'll be home again next week. And who knows after week 2 what will happen. And we just got to take it one step at a time, as you mentioned. We got 5 weeks of the season left to reach our ultimate goal, which is to be playing in Kroger Field there in Lexington for a state championship, and we want to wish you the best of luck.
We appreciate that.
I also want to send out a happy birthday to one of my granddaughters. A shout out to her, Briley Butt. She turns 12 today, and And I know if her mother's listening, or I want to wish her a happy birthday. Tomorrow be November the 3rd. So we want to encourage everyone for come out tonight, watch the Caldwell County Tigers in Edmonson County. Big weekend. Next week's a big week as well. Election Day is set for Tuesday, and also the Kentucky Wildcats basketball team opens up their season playing the Duke Blue Devils on Tuesday night. So.
And you got Kentucky, Georgia game
You got
tomorrow.
Kentucky and Georgia, and I've been blessed enough. I'm going to be in attendance at that game and hopefully see another UK win for the Kentucky Wildcats.
Jalen Boyd had a big week last week. They got beat by Bethel College, I think it was, but I think he ran for over 100 yards and had 50-some yard receiving, so he continues to have a good year.
And what about Elijah Sindelar? I know that. Is he still injured? And
he's dressed. I saw him on the sideline, right. But he's not.
And Purdue plays. Who do they play tomorrow?
I don't know who they got.
I don't either. I didn't even look at the schedule. But anyway, got a big weekend of college football as well as high school football. And
Middle's playing Western.
Middle plays Western tonight. Correct. Yeah. And at Middle. Correct.
At Middle.
Yeah. So the Hilltoppers are struggling a little bit, but we want to wish them the best of luck. And, of course, we got Tony Franklin coaching. We got a lot of local flavor there coaching the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders. And they've done a great job this year. And they're right there at the top of the conference.
Yeah.
Okay, I believe that wraps us up, Misty. We want to, once again, thank everyone for tuning in this morning. And we'll see you again next Friday morning on the DT and Gator Show.
What does your morning sound like?
Morning, Al. Next stop, 32nd Street.
Welcome to McDonald's.
Hi, can I get an Egg McMuffin, please?
Here's to making your morning routine a little better with a delicious breakfast from McDonald's.
Hello, this is President Donald Trump. We are doing great things all across America and certainly in the great state of Kentucky.